Grand rising, everyone. Woo, woo. Yes, it is Wednesday, the middle of the week. We
Yeah.
still got Thursday, Friday, Saturday to get it in, to get it in, and
Get it
to
in.
reflect on this week. I am really so excited. I am so excited. It's just a shame of how excited I am. I can't hardly get no sleep. I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh my God, just want to do this, just want to do that. Just so excited about what I'm doing, what I'm accomplishing, the people who I'm meeting. It's just it's amazing. And
Yeah.
so I'm just excited what God is doing in my life. I'm excited about what God is doing in Elizabeth's lives. Hey, Sharonda. I'm just excited about what we all are doing and accomplishing. So I'm just full of fire.
Fire is good.
Full of fire.
Fire.
Yeah. So those who don't know, my name is Lakeisha LeGrand, and I am one of the proud owners of Natural Living by Design, which is a health and wellness company. But I'm also known as moi, Madam Finance, because I help women, everyday women, build wealth with confidence, right? And so let's get started. So, anybody who knows, I love to start off the show with a millionaire and billionaire success story. And so, this success story is going to be on. Okay, let's start like this. Family, let me tell you about a man who went from stocking VHS tapes to running one of the most powerful entertainment companies in the world, okay? His name is Ted Sarandos. His net worth is $7.2 billion. Dollars.
Whoa.
Not million, billion,
Hmm.
$7.2 billion. Dollars.
Mhm.
Come on now. All right. So we're gonna talk about his journey. So Ted Sarandos grew up working class in Phoenix, Arizona. No college degree, no Hollywood connections, just a kid who loved movies and took a job at a local video store. But Ted didn't just rent movies, he studied what people watched. He learned their habits, their preferences, what made them come back for more. That curiosity took him from video store manager to Netflix in 2000. When
Whoa.
streaming didn't even exist yet. While others saw DVDs by mail, Ted saw the future of entertainment. The vision that changed everything. Ted believed in something radical. Give people what they want to watch when they want to watch it. He championed original content when everyone said it was too risky. House of Cards, Orange is the New Black, Stranger Things. Today, he's co-CEO of Netflix, serving 260 million subscribers worldwide and revolutionizing how the entire world consumes entertainment.
Mhm.
Ted and his wife, Nicole Avigan, are committed philanthropists supporting education, criminal justice, reform, and the arts. They understand that wealth is meant to create opportunity, not just for yourself, but for others. That's what I'm talking about. He proves that your starting point doesn't determine your ending point. Ooh, let me say that again. Ted says that your starting point doesn't determine your ending point. No degree, no problem. No connections, build them. No experience,
Mhm.
get curious and learn. Okay?
Yeah.
Your
No
path to
excuses.
well, yes, okay. Just throw some nuggets. I need to be a mic drop. Bam! Your path to wealth starts with seeing opportunities others miss and having the courage to act on them.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really truly enjoyed that. Do y'all even have y'all been hearing the latest news regarding Netflix?
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
I wrote this down, so I
Some
make
kind
sure
of
we brought it
uh,
up.
a split or something like that, or
Somebody
no,
bought.
are they buying another company or something?
Is it somebody buying Netflix or Netflix buying
Netflix is buying
Buying.
the Warner Brothers. I guess the Warner Brothers.
Disney? No,
Yeah, and it's
Warner.
huh?
No, I was saying Disney. No, Warner. Warner. They're buying Netflix.
Netflix is buying Warner
Oh,
Brothers, and they're making a big old thing about it too.
yeah.
Which it could be a monopoly. It's all kind of stuff that they're gonna be able to do and own. I thought I had printed some of it out, but I didn't. But yeah, it's man,
But I
it's about
think
to
something
change.
happened with their stock too. I
It
think
did.
their
Yes,
stock might have
yes.
went down or something.
Yeah, but I think about 2%, but then Warner Brothers stocks went up. And so yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, a little, yeah. So, they plan on, I think, finishing at third quarter, of next year, finalizing everything and Trump administration and everybody got to look at the whole deal and you know, yeah, because they
Hmm.
could, they don't want no monopoly. But yeah, they're gonna own a lot of stuff. I'm like, wow, okay. I just love business. I'm telling you, boy. True wealth only comes through business. Either you're gonna own your own business or you're gonna own a piece of somebody else's business, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. So I'm excited about what I'm learning about the venture capitalists. Just to let y'all know what's going on. I'm working, putting my elevator pitch and my all my stuff together, because I'm gonna pitch, okay? I'm pitching. So it's amazing and just so exciting learning about VCs, venture capitalists, and how it all works and different things. So I'm excited what God is doing. And
Uh-huh.
I do highly, those that are, it's from Detroit. I do highly recommend, if you can, to go on Saturdays at 1 o'clock. It's fantastic about what we're doing to elevate each other to a higher level.
That's at the church.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. So I'm amazed with that. Okay, so with that being said, any good news? Anybody good news? Anybody invested? Anybody opened up a brokerage account? What's going on? What's going on?
What's going on?
Nothing going on.
It
That's
look like
not
I'm
true.
gonna
Y'all,
have to.
y'all being
It's a
shy.
lot.
It looks like I'm gonna have to figure out how to attach my account because some kind of way money got over there. But when I looked to try to transfer again, it looked like it was no connection. So I'm gonna have to start over, I guess, with that part with the connection.
Okay, so is that through Fidelity or Charles Schwab?
Charles Schwab.
Okay, it's just a phone call away. That's it. You just pick up the phone, they 24/7, and they can tell you how to reconnect if it's not connected. And you do know that, so some people thought that when they was transferring the money from their account to the brokerage account, they actually thought they was investing. And no, it's just sitting there. You have to now go ahead and make your selection on what it is that you want to invest in.
Now, how does that work when you do the dollar cost average? If you do like the auto, how does that work with the investing part?
So, great question. So, what you want to do is just invest, be consistent, put it on automatic reinvesting, and forget about it. Just forget about it. Just be consistent and forget about it. Because every time we keep looking at our portfolio, looking at it, looking, you know, we get anxious, we get nervous. So the cost average, just keep investing. So sometimes you're gonna invest when the stock is low, sometimes you're gonna invest when it's high, sometimes you're gonna invest when it's medium. It don't matter. You being consistent. And we're talking about creating generational wealth. So that's long term. We're here to invest and hold. We're not here to invest, take it out, invest, take it out. That's not what we're doing.
Mhm.
That is not what we're
Yeah, because
doing.
if you keep taking it out, that's when you're gonna get taxed. Because that's what happened to me. I know this is the stock side, but I had on the crypto side, and I've been away from it because of I would have had a $200 tax bill because I was every time it went up, I was buying, and if it went down, I was pulling out. And so now I know to exactly what you're saying. Basically, we need to buy and hold unless you're having the expectation that yes, I'm gonna pay the cost to be the boss to withdraw on those funds. So if you can, please adhere to it. Will behoove us to adhere to what she's saying because I avoided a $200 tax bill where I had to do every line item. I was like, whoa, I was in there so much. Like it was like 50 pages. Okay. And but I basically broke even though I feel like I didn't really understand. I understand green is good and red is bad. So I understood that's all
We
I
gonna go.
understood. Okay. And so I avoided that $200 tax bill. So now that I'm trying this again on the stock side, I am gonna have to be obedient to unless it's really really good. I have to know. But as of right now, I'm gonna be buying and holding because I'm not trying to get no extra tax bills.
So we'll talk about that more. We'll talk about that a lot more because it is a lot to say about your gains, your capital gains. So, but until then, I have a great show today. I believe it's very informational. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to that. And congratulations, Saranda. You know what I'm saying? You in the game, girl. That's you in the game. You know what I'm saying? Just make that phone call. They 24/7. It's easy peasy,
Thank
okay?
you.
All right. Good to see you, Evelyn. Shani. All right. I got the power. I got the power. Oh.
Yep.
Good to see you too.
Okay, let's see. All right, so I had it right here. I don't know why we go through this every
I
single.
know. Same with each one of us.
I'm like, I had it ready to
We
go.
had it right there.
Okay. Okay, let me pull this up. So that's what happens when you had this big old screen monitor. All right, is this it right here? Okay, is this it? Come on, that this be it. This it. I do apologize. All right, where we going here?
It's okay.
I have all these windows up.
That's what I have to do sometimes. You talking about confusion when you have all of them and some of the logos on them look the same. So you're like, you got to pass by each one to see what comes up.
Yes.
Do y'all know by chance is it any workaround with the custodial account outside of the social security number?
I don't know what you mean by that workaround.
For the kids. If we trying to do something for the kids.
Well, yeah, you have to have a social security number, just like you would. Yeah, you gotta have your social security number. All right. Can
Is
y'all
that
see?
the is that the same if they are in the midst of being when you're not attached to the government? What is that called? Sovereign? Some
Not
of the children, yeah, because they don't want a social security. That's is what ties us to the government
well,
and
y'all
to what they're doing.
Well, I do not believe in giving out incorrect information, so I'm not
Yeah.
for sure about that. But yeah, you need the social security number, and yeah, you should have the social security number, and you'll be able to kind of like control it until they reach a certain age. You have that understanding, with them, and just, with that age, you can just deposit a small amount of money. You know what I mean? And it's
Hmm.
going to grow. They got time on their side, tremendously. They have time on their side. So we can talk about that a little later, Sharonda, if you like. So we're going to go ahead and get to this. I should be able to. Here we go, right here. Hey, can y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, awesome. Grand Rising, Miss Deidre Renee. Look at you. Good to see you, love.
Beautiful picture.
Yeah.
Grand Rising all.
Okay, here we go. Let me go back. Y'all can see the screen, right?
Hmm. Yes.
Okay. I just want to say thank you so much, you all, for showing up today on this beautiful Wednesday. No matter what it looked like outside, it's going to be an amazing day. We're going to talk about today investing in gold ETFs. We hadn't talked about the gold ETFs. How to own gold without buying bars. Well, everybody on here knows who I am, so I'm not going to go into that part. However, I do have to do this important disclaimer to let you know that everything that I talk about today is for educational purposes only. It's not to be considered as financial advice or legal advice or telling you this is what you should invest in. I'm not a registered investment advisor or broker dealer or tax professional, but I am a financial educator and a investor. What is freedom to you? Can somebody tell me, what does freedom mean to you? Anybody?
Well, for me, it means that I don't have to ask for the price.
Okay, all right then. It don't matter. Just give me that. Give me that. Can I have that? I love
Let
it.
me
I
do
love
that. Let me hire you. Yes.
it. All right, Shadi, what you got, girl? What you got?
For me, it looks like Christmas every day. I can just go and buy what I want. I can give to who I want. I can travel and go where I want. I could just do whatever it is I want.
Yes.
Okay. So for me, I love living life on my terms. Okay. I like to do what I want to do when I want to
You
do
wanna do
it. Like
that's
this is
who you
my
want.
world. Okay. I live the way I want to. So that's what freedom means to me, to just to live free, be happy, and feel good every day and do what makes me happy. That's what freedom.
Ah, Shay, really, really, really.
So most people think investing means giving up stuff, giving up the nice things, the hot cars, getting my nails done, all of those different things. They think investing is deprivation. You know what I'm saying? Like you're missing out on something, like, but you're spending the money anyway.
Mhm.
You're spending the money anyway. So you might as well spend it on freedom. Most people don't know that that's what you can do when you're putting your money aside and you're investing. You are buying your freedom. Every dollar you invest buys freedom for your future self. Most people believe investing means giving up something, but you're but you're going to spend the money anyway. So spend it on freedom, not just your lifestyle.
Mhm.
Freedom equals the ability to choose how you live. Investing is not deprivation, it's empowerment. So we're going to talk about fiat money. So a lot of times we hear words over and over again, but a lot of times we don't actually know what it means. Have anybody ever heard of fiat money before, or fiat currency? Yes, no, yes. Y'all know I like interaction. Yes. Okay, well, fiat money is the kind of money that we use every day. Dollars, euros, rupees, yen, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike commodity money, fiat money is not backed by physical commodity like gold and silver or other precious metals. Instead, fiat currency has value because the government declares it's a legal tender. People trust that other people will accept it as a payment. And it's basically a social agreement plus legal promise plus government backing, not tied to the gold or any tangible assets. So this is very important since our subject is going to be on gold. What's the risk of fiat currency? Because fiat money isn't tied to real value like gold is. Its value can erode over time through inflation or poor monetary policies. It's subject to government decisions, debt, economic instability, etc. It's unstable. It has unstable conditions. It can be affected by economic crisis, sanctions, hyperinflation. Fiat money can lose much of its purchasing power. That's why many smart investors and many countries hold gold as a hedge against the weakness of the fiat money, the dollar. Why gold represents freedom and stability? For one, gold protects wealth across generations. Gold is widely held because it preserves value over long periods. It's used across civilizations for thousands of years. It's physical, it's finite, it's universally recognized. A key fact is many central banks favor gold as a safe, liquid store of value. You're not just saving money, you're converting dollars, real value that lasts. We're going to talk a little bit about gold versus the dollar. Why nations hedge with gold? Because gold stays strong when the currency struggles, when the dollar struggles, it still stays strong. The dollar is a fiat currency backed by policy and confidence. Inflation equals dollar loses purchasing power over time. That's why we always talk about inflation. You know, a lot of investors say, don't save, don't save. You're best to put your money in investing and don't keep your money in the bank. Gold is not controlled by any government. That's powerful. That's why countries hold it as hedge against uncertainty. Like now you got Russia and India and other countries. They just holding on. They stocking up on gold, stocking up on gold. Gold is a key global reserve asset for safety, liquidity, and value holding. Central banks maintain gold because the fiat dollar value, it fluctuates depending on the government. When paper money shakes, the gold stands still. It stands strong. Investing in gold isn't about fear. It's about choosing stability while you build your wealth. Investing mindset. We have to change our mindset. And I just want to reiterate this again. Investing isn't deprivation, it's empowerment. Investing is empowerment. you know, time is coming whether you like it or not. We need to invest for long periods of times, you know, figure out your goal, what it is that you want to do, what it is that you want to accomplish in life, right? Have, vacation goal, have, your legacy goal to leave something to your children and your children's children, maybe even your nieces and your nephews, what it is that you want to, your retirement, like, so don't say that's a long time. No, because 5 years is coming whether you like it or not. In those 5 years, are you going to be to did something? Are you going to be to put something up for yourself? Because by putting it up, it helps you to change your financial situation. If you got to crawl out of your financial situation, and the only way you're going to do that, if you put some money up, let that compounded interest work for you, set it on automatic. So when you get paid those dividends, you can reinvest it, and just be consistent, and you will be surprised. Set it and let it go. Like, don't keep looking at it. You'll be amazed if you just go ahead and just be consistent. You look up in 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, how much money you would have accumulated. We had a show, we talked about how to turn your bills into paychecks, how to eliminate your bills by investing. So that's what we're talking about, investing like a pro. That's what we do here at the Elizabeth. We invest like a pro, okay? So now that we understand why gold builds freedom, let's talk about how to invest in gold like a pro without needing a vault or 100,000 in bars. So today's topic is going to be on ETFs, how to own gold without buying bars. So first, just because some people may not exactly know what an ETF is, so I'm just going to do a quick, brief summary of what an ETF is. I highly recommend to go to the past replays and go to maybe like ETF 101. It really breaks it down to the ETFs and what it's really all about. But I will talk about the basics today. So I appreciate Elizabeth, who already know this, to be patient, and it's always good to refamiliarize yourself. Okay, so ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund. It's like a basket of investments, stocks, bonds, or assets that you can buy or sell on the stock market just like any regular stock. Here's a simple analogy. Think of an ETF like a fruit basket. Y'all see these fruits in this basket? So look at the basket as the ETF. You got an apple equal Apple stock. The banana equal Amazon stock. The oranges equal Google stock. So buying the basket ETF gives you a taste of all of those companies in one purchase. So let's be clear. I know I'm going to say this because I don't want nobody to say, yeah, well, Matter Finance said you own the stocks in the ETF. Do you own the companies within the ETF, within the basket? Yes or no? I know somebody know the answer. Do you own the companies within the ETF? The
A portion.
What'd you say, baby?
A portion.
You own a portion. You benefit off of the, excuse me, the shares that's the companies that's within the basket. You don't own the individual. You own the ETF, not the individual stocks that's within the basket.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a no?
Correct. That's a no. You don't you don't own the individual stocks. Okay. If anybody tell you that when you own the ETF, you own the individual stock, they do not know what they're talking about. They probably just regurgitated information. That is not the case. I have seen people on YouTube and different things. I'm saying that is not correct information. No. You own the ETF and you benefit from the performances of the companies that's within the basket. So why do investors choose gold? For one, gold has held value for 5,000 plus years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Inflation protection. Stores value during economic uncertainty. Helps diversify your portfolio. Tends to move opposite the stock market. So a lot of times when the dollar is going down, the gold is going up. What is a gold ETF? An ETF, again, is a basket of investments that you buy like a stock. So gold ETFs allows you to invest in gold without holding real bars.
Mm.
The benefits of gold ETFs. It's affordable. It's really good for beginners because ETFs are professionally managed. So if you are a beginner, I highly recommend like an ETF, an index fund, mutual funds, because they're professionally managed and you want to make sure that they're low cost. And we're going to get more into that through this presentation. But they're affordable and you can start with as little as $10 or $20. In most cases, $5. Now, one of the things why you don't need a lot of brokerage accounts, okay? You only need one. For those that are new here, can anybody tell our audience how much it costs to open up a brokerage account?
It's free.
Come on, $0. It costs $0 to open up a brokerage account. And they have something called shares. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm having a brain fart right now. Partial shares, okay? And I had a long day. Morning. Partial shares, okay? So you can invest in just $5. But Charles Schwab does offer partial shares, but they don't offer partial shares for their ETFs. So that's why I use Fidelity for that. So if I don't want to pay the whole share of the ETF, I'll just go ahead and I make my purchase through Fidelity instead of Charles Schwab. It's easy to buy. You can sell anytime that the market is open. No storage. You don't need no insurance is required or anything like that to purchase your gold ETFs. This is gold investing made simple. So I'm going to talk about 3 gold ETFs today. Okay. The first one is going to be the IAUM, physical gold in a fund. Physical gold. So this fund has physical gold in the fund. Let me move this over here. This is the ticker symbol right here. Can y'all see my mouse?
Yes.
This is the ticker symbol. So if you ever want to look it up, you can go here. This is the ticker symbol. And guess how much this costs? This $42. This ETF is under $100. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And if you don't have the whole $42, guess what? Partial shares. Can you put 5 on it? There is no excuses why you can't get into the investing game. It's no excuses. Come on now. The brokerage account is free. It costs to open up a bank account. It costs to open up a credit union. It doesn't cost to open up a brokerage account. No more excuses, y'all. It's 2025. We going into 2026 with a bang, with some knowledge, okay? We gonna make some audacious moves before 2026. People who come here on a regular basis, everybody should have a brokerage account. There's no excuses why you don't have a brokerage account, okay? Can we at least start there? Okay, so now we're dealing with the gold ETFs. They are slow and steady movement, which is cool, right? It's best for beginners. Good inflation hedge. That back over here. You own a little slice of real gold. The risk level is low compared to 10 stars. Very low. Then we're going to talk a little bit later about the expense ratio. We talked about that the last time we did ETFs 101, but I will talk a little bit about that today. The next ETF is the GDX. The name of it is VanEck Gold Miners ETF. This ETF is only $81.94. Mm-hmm. It owns shares of the biggest gold miners in the world. We're talking about the companies. We're not talking about, probably, but you might think that I'm talking about gold miners. You might think I'm talking about a man, them with the shovel and the, and the stick and all that going in. I just want to be clear. That's not what I'm talking about when we talk about gold miners and investing. Not talking about the people. We're talking about companies that actually explore for digging up, processing, and producing gold from the earth. The companies that's in that business. So a gold miner business that gets gold out of the ground and into the economy. There are some companies, that's public companies that do that. And you can invest in those companies as individual stocks. I may get a chance to talk about that a little later, but just in case, I'm just going to keep on moving. They can rise faster than gold prices go up, but also fall just as fast. More potential gains, but when it has more potential gains, you can have more potential loss. You're betting on the business of gold. The risk level is medium on a scale of 1 to 10. The third ETF we're going to talk about is the GDX with the J. This is a junior gold miner ETF. This ETF is $108.90. It owns smaller companies, but fast-growing miners. They have the highest growth potential, but they also have the highest risk. Future stars, exciting, but risky. The risk is, almost a 10 star. So this is risky, so you want to be careful. Anytime, even, you got people talking about penny stocks, you're talking about, new companies that's coming out. They are risky. I typically do not invest in new coming up businesses. They're no different than you starting your business. It's coming with all kind of risk and, a lot in trying to grow your business, help it to become profitable. They're no different when they get on the stock market. So you do have to be careful with new startup businesses. So gold ETF risk ladder. I want to talk about that. The gold risk ladder is what I call it. The IAUM has the lowest risk. And I'm talking about these ETFs. It's not meaning that you have to have all three of these. Just maybe pick one. Or this is just the option so that you can know that you can own some gold without coming out of thousands and thousands of dollars. Mm-hmm. So the IAUM has the lowest risk. The GDX has medium risk, but the JDXJ has the highest risk of them all and can be more profitable. So how do you make money from ETFs? I thought this was important, even though we talked about this in ETF 101. For one, you make money from it because of capital gains. You sell it for more than what you paid for it. So if it was $100, it went up to 150 or 120, that's the capital gain. For two, dividends, because some ETFs pay you regular dividends, right? I remember I talked about this a lot, how powerful dividends is. For those who may not know the power of the dividends, I remember when I was working at the bank and we was talking about sugar daddies, the women talking about sugar daddies and different things like that. And the lady, it just tickled her to death, right? She just was tickled pink. She was like, sugar daddies, my dividends is my sugar daddy. My dividends pay all my bills. I said, okay then. And I'm telling you, I was hooked. When I looked at our bank account, and I said, okay, she had been investing for a very, very long time. And I met another lady, pretty much the same scenario where the dividends was paying her bills. But they had been investing for a long time, and that's what you want. Yeah, so it's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. So I do highly recommend, if you all missed the ETF 101, to go ahead and look that up amongst some other shows. I think it's really, really good to help you better understand the ETFs and the REITs, the real estate investment trust, how to get into the real estate game without being a landlord, without worrying about toilets and tenants. It's just a beautiful thing. And just giving you different options on what you want to do within your portfolio. And you don't need a lot at all. You don't need a lot. Like, I got too much going on in my portfolio, and I'm really wanting to, bring it down, because I do know better, but I've been helping my sons and just trying to give them examples. And so my stuff is all over the place, but you really don't need a lot. We talked about the S&P 500. If you just do that alone and just concentrate on that, you'll be a winner. Anybody don't know about the S&P 500? That's where the Standard & Poor's, where they have the top 500 companies within the United States. The largest companies, largest 500 in the United States. If you do that alone, and you just had that one thing, you know what I'm saying? That's a good thing.
Against the president. Can't wrap my head around someone who goes Republican. She advocate eating.
Where can you buy ETFs? You can online brokerage accounts like Charles Schwab, E-Trade, Robinhood, Fidelity, Ameritrade, Vanguard. So what is an expense ratio? So this is something that you really want to look at, especially as beginners, or actually anyone, but it's the best way to start investing if you don't know what you're doing, to have some professionals, an index fund where you have professionals managing it, ETFs where you have professionals managing, where you don't have to be worrying about it. Some people don't want to be worrying about it and checking their stocks and everything going on, their portfolio all the time. Oh, let them do it. So what the expense ratio is it's the funds charge a small fee each year to operate and manage your ETF or your index fund, your mutual fund, right? So it's a percentage of the money used to run the fund. So an example, at 0.5%, the lower the better. But most of them are low. But you do have to make sure you know what is the expense ratio before you what is the expense, what I'm going to have to pay. So a 0.50% example is, if you invested $100, then you will pay 50 cents per year for them managing your account. Come on now. You paying them to make sure that they making sure you have proper companies and everything that's in there. They moving them up, moving them down. They know what they're doing. So you're paying them to do that. 50 cents a year to do that. Now, if you invest $1,000 invested, now you paying them $5 a year. Anybody understand that? So the lower the fee, the more money you keep. And that's the best way I could like break it down to, baby terms. Any questions regarding that?
Yeah. So, do they take the fee out of your dividends that are in your account, or do they automatically take the fees out of your bank accounts?
No, it's never. They're not going into your bank account at all. It's going to be taken out regarding, from your earnings or what you put into it. So
Okay.
that's yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not going to go into your bank account or give you a bill and say you owe that. Owe
Okay.
them. Yeah, I've never seen that, but it will be in your brokerage account, the information how much you owe for the fund. That was a very good, very, very good question. Tips before you buy. This is not just for, ETFs. This is for investing, period. Know what's inside the ETF. Do your homework. Same thing. Know what you are purchasing. Know what REITs you're purchasing. Know what dividend stocks that you're purchasing. Do your homework. Don't just go by the hype because somebody said, "Ooh, this is gonna cost." You're gonna be rich. You're gonna be a multi-millionaire. You need to invest in this before 2026. No, invest in what you understand. Invest in what you know. Invest in what you're using already. Understand your goal, what it is that you're trying to do. Like, are your growth, is you just doing it for income? If you're doing it for a safety net, are you doing it for, retirement? Are you doing it for, this is my vacation, this is me saving for my vacation I take every year, or however you want to do it. But know and understand your goal, because that's going to keep you on track. What is your why? Why am I doing it? Because I'm doing it for my retirement, and I'm also doing it for my children, and mainly my grandchildren. And I don't even have grandchildren yet, but I'm invested for my grandchildren already, and they ain't even born yet. Okay? Y'all be like, how's she doing that? I can tell y'all about that later. But yes, I'm invested for my grandchildren, right? Already, and they're not even born. So don't chase the hype. Think long term. Is everything you invest, is it fun? No, it's not. Some of it is boring. Some of the stocks is boring. They're not doing anything, but, it's okay. You have to invest. Or say true wealth only comes through business. It's either you're going to own your own business or you're going to own a piece of somebody else's business, right? So there's so many alternatives of things that you can do to balance and diversify your portfolio. But just to make it simple, to make it, Warren Buffett was big on just S&P 500. There are some ETFs that he likes and some that he just totally will stay away from. Yeah, so I will be talking about more mutual funds. I did one on mutual funds before, but we're going to really talk about the benefits of that and really putting some money away. You cannot keep spending money on everybody else and not spending no money on you. We have mastered spending, but we have not mastered ownership. Ownership, ownership, ownership. So my final takeaway is ETFs are an easy and affordable way to start investing. They help you build wealth with less risk and more confidence. Let's build your portfolio today. One ETF at a time, one stock at a time, one REIT at a time. So let's stay connected, good people. Let's stay connected. Madam Finance, if I was able to bring you some value, I really would appreciate it. Would help me on my journey. To follow me at Ask Madam Finance on YouTube, on Instagram, and I am Madam Finance on Facebook. And that is the end of my presentation. I hope this information was helpful, gave you a different avenue to think about when you're looking at your ETFs. She said, how do I watch the REIT session? There's multiple ways. One, you can go to madamfinance.com and go to my brand resume, and there's a section that says shows. And when you go on shows, you will get a chance to see and pick which one you would like to look at. And you definitely can find it there. And you also can find it on YouTube before you can find it on the my brand resume, because it has to go there first. And so you can find it there for sure there first, and then later I will go ahead and put it onto my website, Madam Finance or Lakeisha LeGrand. And then Queen has, I think it's the Elizabeth. What's the proper
Grand Rising Elizabeths.
Elizabeth.com. You can find it there as well. No excuses. No excuses. Was there anything that hit home with anyone? Was there anything that you learned? What about the fiat money? Because some people didn't even really know what fiat money. We hear it all the time, but never really knew exactly what it was. So I had a conversation with someone, and I was like, wow, I probably need to add that to the presentation about what is fiat money. We hear fiat currency, but not really know exactly what it is. What about the ETF Gold? What was a takeaway? I need to know what was a takeaway for you.
Well, go ahead, honey.
I never knew that Gold even had an ETF.
Yeah, see, yep. You have ETFs in multiple industry sectors that you may be interested in. You interested in tech, you interested in dividends, so they have a lot of dividend ETFs. Pretty much whatever you may be interested in, you can find an ETF. Are you into medical? You can find the ETFs that maybe have all the medical companies that's in it,
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, anything that you may be interested in. Yeah.
Like whatever area of expertise you have, you can try to look for an ETF in that area.
Yeah, medical, dividends, gold, with different sectors, probably would be the better word. Sector or industry
Sector,
you may
yeah.
be interested. Yeah. Anybody else? Any takeaway?
Yes, ma'am. This is Deirdre Renee. I really enjoyed learning about Fidelity offering partial shares of ETFs. Now I tuned in because I saw that I saw the posting, and I'm like, oh man, I'm late, but I'm gonna get on anyway. So I love how you give us so much information, and you give us the opportunity to do our own research. I appreciate you giving me enough to wet my whistle. So now it's my responsibility to go and take it further. And so I enjoyed learning about the Fidelity piece. I enjoyed learning about the Gold ETFs. And I love how you put the fire under us by saying there is no excuse, even $5. And so I'm in the game. I'm new in the game, but I can play a bigger game. And so I wanted to get into precious metals, but didn't know where to start. So you've given me some things to look into and to research, and I will do that. And so the other thing you spoke about was consistency. Consistency, consistency, consistency. And
Yeah.
so that is something that I'm taking into my now and to 2026, and relaxing the story of being an Aries, going fast and then petering out. So that's
I know
a
that's right.
story of my past. I'm not gonna let that define me, and just take it one moment at a time. So I thank you so much. I appreciate the Elizabeths, and I appreciate the presentation and your heart, Madam Finance.
So much. I'm so glad, and yeah, because it's just so many opportunities, so many different avenues, so many things, and you feel good. You know what I'm saying? When you know that you are doing some things to move the needle forward, it makes you feel good. It gives you
Mhm.
another sense of security, confidence, your walk is different, your attitude is different. And just don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Just worry about you. Stay in your lane, because everybody get their suddenly. Like everybody get their suddenly. But at least you open and you ready for when that suddenly come. Boom. Because the new year is coming. Like a lot of people are getting bonuses. People are getting their income tax. Don't spend it all. Put some money aside for you. Because every time you spend your money, you're making somebody else rich.
Mhm.
Every time you making somebody else rich. Ain't nothing wrong with, spreading the dollars around and helping other people to become financially rich. But what about you? Don't leave you out the game. You got to put some money up for you to make your own self rich. Okay, you don't want to have your own business. Boom. Can you own a piece of somebody else's? I love the fact that I own some Uber. I love the fact that I own some Amazon. I love the fact. Who else I got? AT&T, Intel, Walmart. You know, I'm an owner. I'm a part owner. I own part of those companies.
Mhm.
Yeah, do that make me? Yes, it make my kids feel good too. Yeah. Even if you got fat, you could officially, it's $5. You put something fat, you could officially say you're an investor. How about that?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I'm an investor. They ain't gotta know how much. Yeah, oh yeah, I invest. Okay. You ain't lying. So what? You got fat? You an investor, okay?
That's right.
You a part owner of a company.
That's right.
And I mean, you do it for, your advantage. You got 1 minute left. One thing I liked, this one guy I was looking at, and he wanted to meet Warren Buffett so bad. So what he did, he started buying Warren Buffett Berkshire shares. He kept buying it, and that's one thing I learned writing the book with Kevin Harrington, the Shark Tank, and being around all of those people and millionaires, is that they pay to play. They pay to get in the rooms when they need to be in the rooms. So he was paying to be in the room with one of the best investors in the world, because guess what? When he made it to where he felt comfortable and good, and so when they had the board meeting, guess what? Because you part owner, you are privileged to come to the board meeting. Okay. So he went to the board meeting so that he can finally meet Warren Buffett. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
That was just an amazing story to me. I'm like, come on now. He was like, that is one of the things he was doing. So he started buying shares of Berkshire. And finally, when it was time for the board meeting, boom, he showed up. And he was an African American. They was like, what? Who is that? They wanted to know who he was. Okay. So that was amazing. It's 10 o'clock. I want to say thank you, everyone, for showing up. I want to give yourself a hand, because this stuff is free, and it won't be, well, I ain't going to say it won't be always, but it is going to be a point where I'm going to be taking people to a whole nother higher level through the Legacy Building Academy. that I'm working on. So Legacy Building Academy is coming soon. You can go to the website, get on the waiting list, because it is going to be fire. So we always loving on other people and helping other people. You know, Renee, you be reaching out and loving on people. You know, so let's give ourselves a hug, because sometimes we forget to give ourselves some hug. Give ourselves some love and grace. You know, don't be so hard on yourself from where you are at. Let's hug the world, because the world needs a hug too. And let's sprinkle lots and lots of love. Love, peace, love, and light to those that is in authority. Lots of love and light to those that are in authority, because you never know. Enough people send enough love and light to those in authority. You never know what miracles can take place. So I love you all. I thank you all so very much for allowing me to be a part of your life. I appreciate it. God bless. And remember, it is all good. Each day is all good. It's all great until we make it matter. So have a fantastic day on purpose. Peace.
Peace out. Love you.
Love you all.
Great
Thank
show,
you.
sweetie. Great show. Good information.